All right, 3, 2, 1, let's get it. Welcome back to What's Your Problem, the podcast. I'm your host, Marsh Buice, and today I want to talk about something simple but incredibly powerful, and that's the 1-second decision. And this idea has the potential to transform the way that you approach your challenges, your setbacks, and even accomplish your biggest goals. So let's get right into it. And to set the stage, man, I want to give you a quote from David Goggins' book, Never Finished. Excellent book. That's a no-brainer. I love all his books. I really love listening to his books or reading his books and just cracking in and reading just a chapter out of it. So I've read the book cover to cover several times, but then I like from time to time when I feel like I'm getting a little soft, a little big-lipped, feeling a little bit of sorry for myself, I like to crack open a chapter. And a quote that really stood out for me, which is the context of this episode, is many dreams die while suffering. That's what he wrote. Many dreams die while suffering. And think about that for a second. Most of our dreams don't fail because they're impossible. They fail because when things get tough, we quit. And here's the reality. Dreams are easy to create in moments of comfort. But when the suffering begins, when the shit hits the fan, that's when the real test begins. And too often, we give up right there. And we revert back to the person we were before. Sounds real familiar. Done that countless times. And this is where the 1-second decision comes in. I love this whole concept. Goggins describes the 1-second decision as the ability to take control of your mind in that critical moment when you're ready to give up. See, here's the thing. Life isn't measured in days or years. He says it's built on seconds. As an example, during Hell Week, Goggins explains it's not the hours of exhaustion or the freezing cold that break people. It's the 1 second. The second when the pain feels unbearable, that their situation's going to be forever, and they decide, I can't take this anymore. But here's the good news. You can flip that moment. Instead of reacting emotionally, you can pause, take a mental knee, and regain control. That's the power of the 1-second decision. I mean, just think about that. Take a mental knee. So you just pause, you recenter yourself, you don't get out of the fight, and then you get back in it. So here's how you can use this in your own life. Number 1, pause. When you're at a state of overwhelm, don't react. Just breathe. A lot of times, and when you bring an awareness to this, you're going to realize how many times you're actually holding your breath. So when you feel overwhelmed, one cadence that I always say is chop wood, carry water, meaning that's that cadence. So just pause. This isn't going to be forever. A lot of times it seems like it's going to be forever. It's not. So just pause. Don't react. Take a breath. And then ask yourself, if I quit now, where will this lead me? If you're tired of quitting, stop giving up. And you won't give up, or you'll be less likely to give up when you take this pause, you recenter, you remind yourself this isn't going to be forever. This could be just a little bit of a season. You're not going to die from this. Your dreams could. And if I quit now, man, what will happen from here? Goggins said so many cadets that rang the bell and didn't finish Hell Week because they quit in the second. Many of those people gave up on life. Many of them sadly took their own lives because they just regretted it. And sometimes, man, we want the comfort now, but the comfort is so fleeting. It's so fast. But the regrets, man, those last forever. So when you take that mental knee, ask yourself, if I quit now, where's this go? Where's this lead me? And if I make this decision, is this decision aligned with the life that I want to build. All right, so if I quit, am I building it or tearing it down? Am I reverting back to comfort, complacency, the person I always was? Because, dude, it's going to require a fight. It is. There are going to be things you didn't forecast. There are going to be things that don't go your way. There are going to be uncertainty. There's going to be scary moments. It's all wrapped up in that. But see, you got to break through that inertia to come out the other side, and you will. This is why you got to push forward, which is the third point. So you're going to pause, take a mental knee. Second thing is you're going to ask yourself, if I quit now, where's this going to lead me? How does this play out? And then push forward. Don't quit when it's hardest. That's when your emotions are high and your logic is low. Wait until you're calm before you make big decisions. Always say never make a decision when you're in a valley experience. Wait till you're at the top. Don't quit when you're at the bottom. Don't quit when you're at the lowest. Don't quit when you're most frustrated. Your emotions are high. Logic's out the window. Take a mental knee. Recalibrate. Where's this lead? Push off. This ain't going to be forever. This leads me to one of my favorite quotes from Napoleon Hill. He says, every successful person finds that great success lies just beyond the point when they're convinced that their idea is not going to work. Whew. Think about that for a second. Most people quit right before the breakthrough. That's why the 1 second decision is so powerful. This is what's going to keep you in the fight long enough to reach that breakthrough moment. So here's what's liberating. Like I said earlier, nothing stays the same. You know you can't go through life undefeated. Why do you feel that you're going to stay defeated? Nothing stays the same unless you reinforce it, unless you make it so. So nothing stays the same. Whatever struggle that you're in right now is not going to last forever. And your only job right now is to win this second. That's it. And then win the next. And then win the next. See, when you pair the 1 second decision with Mel Robbins' 5-Second Rule, she wrote a whole damn book about it. This is what's going to create a winning formula for you. The 5-second rule beats the hesitation. You count down from 5 to 1, and before you get to 1, you bust a move. You take action. So that keeps you from hesitation. The 1 second decision is what keeps you from quitting. It helps you stay in control when things get tough. You don't have to win every second. But if you win a majority of them, you're going to build momentum, resilience, and confidence. That's the only way you get those things, is by taking action and continuing to go. So here's my challenge to you. For the next 90 days, focus on just winning the seconds. Just in that second. When you feel overwhelmed, pause. Where's this lead? Push off. All right? So in that 90 days, that's 7.7 million opportunities to make better choices, to build your baseline and shape your future. 7 million opportunities. There's 86,400 seconds in a day. Times 90 days is 7.7 million opportunities. Do the math. So you got 7.7. How cool is that? I just got to win the second. I don't got to get overwhelmed. I don't have to worry about tomorrow. The Bible says don't even worry about tomorrow. All I got to do is win the second. Win the decision. Go to the next thing. And when you do this thing, this is going to build that momentum, that confidence. And dude, this bleeds over to other areas. If you think about when you're losing in life, many times it's not just in one area. Many times it begins to bleed on to other areas. But also on the flip side of this is what's great. When you're winning in life, that bleeds on to other areas too. You just got to reverse course. You got plenty of time, but you don't have a second to lose. So win the seconds. And when life gets tough, just take a mental knee. Pause. Recalibrate, recenter, make sure you're aligned. Is this building toward the life I want? And then push off. Forward. Success doesn't come from this one big swing. It doesn't. It comes from one tiny second at a time, coupled with another and another and another. Just go back to Napoleon Hill's words. Great success lies just beyond the point when you're convinced that it's not going to work. All right, let's get out of here. Keep it simple, keep it moving, never settle, stay tough. Peace.